Calling all scrambler fans and retro motorcycle enthusiasts, gear up because there's a legend back on the scene, the Yamaha SCR 950. That's right, after a hiatus, this iconic machine has clawed its way back into the 2024 lineup. But is it just a blast from the past, or does it offer something new and exciting for modern riders? Buckle up and grab your virtual helmet as we take a deep dive into the reborn Yamaha SCR 950. We'll explore its design, performance specs, and what makes this scrambler a contender in today's motorcycle market. Not all ideas are good ones, and when you are caught up in the middle of a trend, the temptation is always to blindly follow the fashion setters, which is exactly the trap Yamaha fell into with the, quite frankly, a bit too weird and well wide of the Mark SCR 950. Launched in 2017, the SCR took the firm's good, but not hugely popular, in the UK, $15 950 cruiser as a base, and then added spoke wheels, taller bars, and slightly uprated suspension to create a scrambler style of bike. The problem with the SCR is that it is basically just a cruiser with a new set of clothes on, and that means very little off-road potential and a heavy wet weight. Never a big seller in the UK, the SCR has a certain appeal, and if you want a bike with the relaxed attitude of a cruiser, but don't like the feet-forward style of riding position, the SCR with its upright stance and semi-off-road look is pleasingly different. The SCR 950 commanded a price tag of $84.99 in 2017, which was less than the far more off-road capable Ducati Desert Sled at $93.95, and about the same as Triumph's 8900 Street Scrambler, which was also quite road-focused with only a nod towards genuine off-road ability. The SCR uses exactly the same air-cooled 60-degree V-twin as the XV950 models, and that is no bad thing at all. Not a massively fast or quick revving motor, it suits life in the slow lane and is very mellow. Happy chugging along at a gentle pace, it produces its maximum torque at just 3,000 RPM and peak power at 5,500 RPM, which tells you all you need to know about its attitude. For gentle plodding around, it is ideal, and you don't miss the fact it lacks a sixth gear, as you are highly unlikely to want to go over 70 mph anyway. As so many SCR models are hardly used, there is almost no chance of it nearing any major service interval, 4,000-mile intervals, valve clearance check at 16,000 miles. So all you need to worry about is if the oil and filter has been changed recently, which is a bill of about $150, so again, is no real drama. The gearbox, although fairly clunky, is solid, and the exhaust is well built. A lot of bikes come with Yamaha's approved Akrapovic road-legal slip-on fitted, which is worth looking out for as it is super cool, 1.5 kilo lighter than the OE can, and a bit fruitier sounding. There's no need to get the bike remapped. When buying used, always give the belt a good inspection, as the enemy of a belt drive are stones, which can get caught between the belt and sprockets, causing damage to the belt itself. As belts are one-piece items, unlike chains with split links, that means removing the swing arm to fit a new one, which can be expensive. The belt should last well over 30,000 miles, but does require its tension checked regularly. Every 2,500 miles is recommended, using a special tool. Due to its low revving nature and chilled-out attitude, the SCR delivers decent fuel economy figures. Yamaha claimed figures of around 50 mph, and owners seem to agree with high 40s MPG numbers regularly recorded. Thanks to its 13.2-liter tank, that should see around 140 miles covered before you need to start worrying about having to push 250 kg of SCR to the next fuel stop. To be brutally honest, handling isn't one of the SCR's strong points, especially if you are talking off-road. Despite its suspension gaining a bit more length than the XV models boast, it is still woefully lacking in travel, and any off-road riding results in the belly pan getting bashed. It can sort of handle light gravel paths, and its chunky Bridgestone trail wing tires are okay in this terrain, but realistically, that's its limit. On the road, the story is also pretty grim, and if you try and up the pace to even a moderate rate ground clearance is a real issue with the pegs digging in quite early. Not only that, it carries the same geometry as the cruiser, so its rate of turn-in is, shall we say, ponderous. Treat the SCR like a cruiser, and it is okay. Treat it like a sportier road scrambler model, and you will be disappointed. When buying used, always look for evidence of how the previous owner rode, such as scraped pegs, etc. Ex-demo bikes often get abused by shop staff. Ride the SCR gently, however, and it is okay, and you almost excuse the fact it is seriously heavy at 252 kg when you are just gently wafting along. Well, until you go for the brakes. Poor is the best way to describe the SCR's single front stopper. With just one disc, which is a cool wave design it has to be said, and a single two-piston sliding caliper, the combination of a lot of weight, a raked-out front end, and chunky tires, means it falls well short of what is reasonable to expect in terms of stopping power. The ABS system is also pretty basic and underperforming, which is a shame. With its upright riding position and wide bars, the SCR is actually quite comfortable over distance, a sensation helped by the chilled-out motor. Obviously, wind blast is an issue, but stick to a gentle 60 amp and all is well. The SCR 950 isn't a good bike, and in many ways, it is quite a heavily flawed one. It isn't great dynamically, the motor is slow, and it has no genuine off-road potential. However, it is one of those bikes that grows on you, and if you keep it in its comfort zone, gentle pace, on tarmac, it is surprisingly charming and fun to ride, while also looking quite cool. And best of all, in the used market, it has a very reasonable price tag for what is often basically a brand new bike. So, is the SCR 950 a perfect bike? No. But is it a fun, unique ride with tons of character? Absolutely. The question is, are you ready to rewrite the scrambler story with the Yamaha SCR 950? Thanks for joining us, and let us know in the comments what you think about this resurrected legend.